It's a Friday night, so we're back with another episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. We got one really classic piece of Drag Race tonight, and that's, of course, reading is fundamental, something that happens every single year. So that's what we opened tonight's episode with. And, really, there's only one person I want to talk about, and that is Got Mick. Got Mick was hilarious, which really surprised me because out of all our queens, I didn't peg Got Mick as the funny one. And Got Mick clearly was the best in the reading challenge, and everybody else was significantly below the fire that Got Mick was throwing around at the other queens. So well-deserved win there in our mini challenge. And from there, we move on to an improv challenge. Now, over the seasons, we have seen these improv challenges take many different ways, shapes, and form. They're usually like some kind of reality talk show type situation. And this year it was Bossy Rossi After Dark. So Ross Matthews' a talk show, and the queens were randomly put into groups and assigned different scenes to play out. This wasn't a fantastic challenge. Like, you look back on all the performances, they weren't great. I thought for me, Candy and Lala were the two worst. Lala, I just didn't get anything from her in her scene. Same with Candy. Simone came in. Simone did such a great job with Candy that Candy, for me, just fell into the background. Now, I know Candy was in the top, but I was actually absolutely shocked by that and fully don't agree with that. And then after those two, I thought that Utica and Elliot were probably that next tier. I honestly thought Elliot was going to land safe, mainly because Elliot kind of came in the scene and was pretty lackluster. But as we kind of got to the end of the scene, everybody was laughing. When Tina and Elliot were making out, everybody was really just absolutely dying watching that. And, I thought that little moment there was going to be enough to keep Elliot out of the bottom. But, when somehow Candy's just in the top, somebody else has to go in the bottom. So that ends up being Elliot. So ends up being Lala, Utica, and Elliot as our bottom three today. Overall, I felt that the imaginary boyfriend skit was the best. I was really surprised not to see Rose or Denali in the top. Didn't really feel like they should have won tonight, but really them just getting some sort of credit for a good scene, I felt was warranted. Beyond that, I thought Olivia and Tina were probably the two best out of everyone in the improv challenge, and Tina does not even land in the top. Very surprising to me. So, in the end, I agree with the outcome. Like, I think Olivia probably deserved to win, and Lala probably deserved to go home, but everything else in between there, not necessarily totally agreeing with tonight. And honestly, the best little bit of improv we got to see all episode wasn't part of the improv challenge. Happens in the workroom when they're talking about their favorite like shock talk show, and you hear Candy Muse say Tina Burner is not the father. And I don't even remember who was running, but I think it was Lala running around, goofing around. That was like the best improv of the whole day. So like, it's very unfortunate that we didn't see Lala bring that to the actual challenge, because if we did, we wouldn't be sitting here right now with Lala having been sent home. One other little moment I wanted to talk about from today was that little scene we saw with Tina and Elliot in the workroom, and it really just made me change my opinion on both of those queens. Tina has kind of been given a little bit of the mean girl vibe all season long. And then we have that moment where Elliot opens up to Tina, and Tina was absolutely great responding, very open, very understanding. And I'm just sitting there watching and like whoa, like this is not the queens that we've seen this season. And honestly, I hope that we get to see more of those sides of Tina and Elliot moving forward. Runway, there was a clear favorite for me, and that was Simone. Absolutely love that. Simone has just had some fabulous runways this season, and like you see Simone come out with the beads, her body absolutely stunning. Like when it comes to the body, no queen can compete with Simone. Absolutely drop dead gorgeous and looked stunning on the runway. I could just watch a whole season of just Simone runways and I'd be a very, very happy fan. So, as I already mentioned, Olivia takes home the win. Who were the other tops? Simone and Candy were the other two in the tops. I think Simone deserved to be up there, but Candy, absolutely not. I think Candy should have been in the bottom because she brought nothing to that scene that she was in tonight. So, the lip sync. I was feeling bad for Elliot. Like it was Lala Ri versus Elliot. We've seen Lala lip sync and we know Lala can absolutely bring it. And I'm thinking, yep, Elliot is done. But it wasn't Lala Ri who brought it to that lip sync. It was Elliot. And I'm very interested to see what sort of fire this lights under Elliot moving forward. We saw Elliot in the lip sync absolutely crush it. We had that moment with Elliot and Tina, Elliot really starting to open up. And even as watching their improv, like Elliot got better even within that scene. And I want to know, like, can Elliot continue to improve? Will Elliot carry any of this forward into challenges moving forward? I honestly don't know, and very excited to find out. So that's it. That's all I got to say for this week. Olivia wins, Lala Ri sent home, and Elliot lip sync her ass off. So I'll be back again next Friday. So until then, we'll see you later.